Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Hi guys! Hello, so let me start the Startup Grind Bratislava with Michal Pastier and Marián Gazdík. What is Startup Grind? Startup Grind is a global, worldwide, largest community of entrepreneurs featuring local investors or innovators, educators or startups or early stage entrepreneurs. So Startup Grind Bratislava is featuring for 2.5 years already. So if you are here for the first time, welcome to the community. And I would like to introduce the speaker for today's event, which is Marián Gazdík. He's the founder of IPM Venture Capitals, and he's also director of the Startup Grind in London. So Marián, welcome. I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. Thank you to our sponsors, Decent and British Embassy, also to sponsor Coworking 0 Campus and Hub for having us here. And also don't forget to use Slido with the hashtag SUGBA to ask questions. You can do it on a web browser. Thank you. Floor is yours.
Thank you. So I'm not a speaker, I'm just the moderator. The key speaker is Michal. Michal, come join us. Who of you have not heard about Michal Pastier? Raise your hand. Oh wow, okay. There you go. So, without any further ado, Michal Pastier, Zaraguza. Michal, we have met maybe 4 years ago, and before that I have to admit I have not heard about you.
Great.
And it was a crazy story because we were in New York with Mr. President Kiska, and I was trying to, we were going to be picked up by the colonnade of the president and the whole entourage of cars, and they cannot stop for security reasons. And when we went to the metro, I realized I forgot my passport in my jacket at a restaurant in the morning that day. So I told Rastio and the guys, Rastio colleague from Google, guys, sorry, I have no passport, I have to go back. I'll come and see you later. And I left. And I was praying to find the passport, and I did. It was there. So I had to run back. And I was running back. I was maybe 15 minutes later. And then I called Rastio and I said, Rastio, I'm maybe 2 minutes away. Please wait for me. And he told me, sorry, we can't wait. I said, come on, don't be an funny guy. Please wait for me. And he said, you don't understand. We cannot wait, because apparently they came. They had to get on the cars and they drove away. So I stopped the first taxi. I said, hey, follow this car. And we followed them. And after a 20-25 minute chase, we stopped by a bridge. And the taxi driver refused to stop there because there was no turn away from there. So he had to go over the bridge, and he wanted to charge me for that. I said, charge me whatever you want, you have to stop there. And when I was getting out, he asked me, are you some kind of a spy? True story. And then I just got out, and all those guys were waiting for me because there was another part of the entourage. And then we got on a plane. And we sat next to Michal, next to each other. And Michal started showing me what he does. And my passion is branding and brand marketing, and it seems like we have the same passion. And I just could not believe what I saw. All these campaigns with Rhythmus and you remember?
Olympus.
We talked about
for
4 hours. We were flying from New York to San Diego, and I just love it. And this is my first encounter of Michal, because you would not expect Michal to be a big CEO of a very successful company. You might know that according to Facebook, Zaraguza, which Michal co-founded, is one of the top 10 best digital agencies in the world, and I totally agree with that. So this is the background how we met. Now let's start from the beginning. Who do you want to be when you grow up?
Somebody who will not need to use mathematics at all. So I was focusing on creating like words, and I was always writing. I worked in school newspaper.
Okay.
So, and it was also great because I always said, sorry, I need to go because I have to go to do the interview with principal. So it was great that I was able to leave from the school a lot of, but then I realized that I don't just want to create the content, I want to sell it.
And you are born in Bratislava or somewhere else?
I was born in Levice,
Okay.
and I lived in Tekovská Nová Ves, Nová Dedina, not Nová Dedinka, Nová Dedina, which is a small village. We have about 1,000 inhabitants, so I grew up in vineyards. I was selling wine and grapes and this everything.
Nice.
And so it was like a huge change when I came to Bratislava, and I was so dreamed that I was really in dream that high school, university, it must be so great, the real teachers, and I will teach a lot about marketing, and it was not like that. So
Okay, so which university was that?
it was Comenius University,
Uh-huh.
but they gave us freedom, so we had a huge amount lot of free time. So we started like creating our own campaigns, which were not like real, but we created our own portfolio, and then we tried to get to the agency. So, and I was really happy that when I was on the second year of my studies, I was full time. Actually, I was full time for working for Istropolitana. Now it's Istropolitana Ogilvy. So I was like, I don't know, 19, 20 years old, and first two the works I worked for was a campaign for Slovak Telekom. It was like soap opera Paloma, maybe you remember 2007, and then we won worldwide pitch from Peugeot. So I was like, I don't know, second big in agency, and we won worldwide pitch for Peugeot with my idea.
Wow.
So I was like, what shit, it's possible. And what I love about them, they really gave opportunity to somebody who never worked in advertising, who was like super young, and they gave me another opportunity, not just the write here something and wait for 3 years. Okay, this is the biggest campaign we are working on. Work on it.
Yeah. Do you have any students in the room? Who is a student now? Oh, nice, very nice. If you have any questions, you can join us because we will be asking great questions. You can help us. All you have to do is just take out your mobile phone. No app needs to be downloaded. Just open your browser and type in slido.com. That's it. It's very simple. And the hashtag is SGUBA, as you can see. Just ask away. I can promise you the top 5 questions will be answered, and which ones you will decide because you can vote for questions you like. So ask away, and as we will be talking about Michal's story, we will be taking them. So Michal, you studied next to having a job. Did you have any priorities? Did you prioritize study or you didn't care? How did you balance both?
It was very bad balance. So I thought that they would just say to me in school that go away, that you are not in school, so to choose. But they said okay. So that's why I'm really happy that they gave us the freedom. So thanks to this, we can create a portfolio, we can create the big campaigns, and we can be part of the network. Because what is the most important thing when you are studying is not to study, but to really meet people, to create your own personal network, and to develop this connection to the market. So it was the most important stuff. And we see that the people who were like still studying, now they are still studying.
Yeah.
But people who were party more and who really like was working, because when you are a student you can really risk, because everybody said, oh, it's just student, so you can do things which are impossible after 5 years.
You have nothing to lose if you're a student.
Because then you will be perfect professional.
Yeah.
But when you are a student, oh, everything is possible.
Yeah. So when you are now you're studying, you're a student, you're working. Which skills did you learn from school, which you applied in the business, and vice versa?
It was very hard because we never like thought about the business, and we were never teaching about the business. But what they really teach us was the power that even with words you can change things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need huge strategies and you don't need months. It was usually do it, create it now, do it. Because people are stopped because they overthink. And the best strategy is do things. And this is something I learned during my studies, that really don't think about it, do it. We were preparing campaigns, do it. Don't think about it. You don't have experience, do it. And you will learn through because you have also the mentors around you and some people who help you with guidance. But do it. Don't wait. Don't overthink. Don't look for strategy. Don't look for like opportunities. No. Create your opportunities.
Yeah.
Just do it.
How important was it for you to have a mentor around you? Who was your mentor?
It was my first creative team leader, but it was a very funny story because it was an agency and we were presenting like 16th version of the new TV campaign for the big bank, and the message from them that we are idiots. So I was, oh, let's go to 17th version, so we can prove that we are great. And he said, thank you guys, bye. And he left from the agency, never seen it again. So it's like, so it was tough for them because you don't need to do it personally.
Yeah.
Because marketing, that you are serving somebody, it's not about you. That you are serving somebody, so you are serving client, so you need to listen to them. And when I also learned that first maybe I'm still a little bit arrogant because I thought that people in marketing, they really know marketing. But it was not like that. And I was surprised, how is it possible that you don't know the message? For example, we are preparing campaign, where is the message? We are shooting TV ad in like 5 days, and we don't have a message. And one even marketing manager that they told me that, okay, just stop coming to our meetings.
Wow.
You are asking stupid question. Okay, then my colleague after me that he was. So I was stopped from coming to the meeting. So he went, but he was also stopped coming to the meetings because he was asking where is the message. And the third colleague was stopped at the meeting. So it's really funny. But what I'm proud of that we were, even with our first teams, we promise ourselves we will be always honest and transparent.
Yeah.
So if we see that the client is doing some mistake, we will tell that, okay, we see this is the mistake. Maybe you can find another way. And if they say no, continue, we will continue, but we will tell them second time. But we really think that you are doing the mistake.
Yeah.
When they'll tell us the third time, we stop because now we are serving them.
I agree. Honesty is the best recipe for a long-term
Absolutely,
relationship.
but it's very dangerous in marketing.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you would recommend?
No.
The audience to
I
be
recommend to be honest, because then you will have happy life, because you can be honest with yourself. Also, you can be honest for your team, and your team will be proud. So when some client was as a whole, and he was like screaming on our account manager, I called them and we quit from the job. We said, okay, we don't work for you. So I'm sorry, but my role was protecting our people. The most important thing. Was serving the client, but there is the line, and you can't be assholes. It's not possible, because then we can't grow as a people in our agency, and our mission was not to go to be large and big. Zaraguza was this year the Digital Agency of the Year and also YouTube Agency of the Year in 2 countries, both in Czech Republic and Slovak Republic. So different teams, but both of them very
Before we
successful.
talk about Zaragoza, let's take a step back about Exponea. So, have you made any big mistake when you started? What are the realizations you had when you start to work on campaigns, on customers? What have you learned not to do?
Maybe with these campaigns, what I learned that to do one shot is great, but best thing what we can provide as agency is to give them the continuity. So like the concept for example for the whole year.
Yeah.
Because when you are young and creative, you want to have million of ideas. You want to do everything and every month something new. But what I learned after years that it's great to do something new, but it needs to be connected to some platform, to something which is connecting everything, because then every idea is helping each other, and it's stronger and stronger. So you don't have like shots. You need to have continuous communication with something which is connecting together, which is consistent. But this is very hard also to create in this environment in Slovak Republic, because companies are changing agencies, and sometimes they have like 2 agencies, which is like super stupid, because the agencies are fighting to each other. So you don't have like real relationship, so it was really hard, but we learned from them.
Okay, so you're at Exponea, you're doing campaigns. What is the step for you to go from Exponea to Zaragoza? How did it come together?
It was really funny, because they said, okay, so you are the guy in our agency, you know the digital, because I was on Facebook and internet, create like digital department. Okay. In Exponea. Okay. I was never team leader, I was never creative director, I was just junior copywriter. Create digital department. So I became like creative director after this meeting. So now you are creative director. I was so scared. I was so scared.
How
now,
old are you?
I don't know, 22 or 23 or something. That's 20. I don't know. So I was big creative director. Now I realized, okay, I am the guy who will be presenting, and I need to be sure that this would working because our work will be out. So it was like a huge, oh shit, we need to do this the best as possible. And from digital department, which were, Michal was our first employee, Michal Šimkovič, who is now in Silicon Valley, he's a great guy in Amazon, and now he's working many startups. Judita Vík was our second employee, so we were like great team. We had, and what was special, that we were not looking for programmers, we were looking for creative programmers. Because when we started, we realized the online marketing was about hacks, programming, PPC campaign, and banners. It was like mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
And there was no like real creativity. Let's make like creative campaign because idea is the baseline for all the success, and this was missing in this kind of digital agency. So like we were one of the first who create like real creative campaigns based on creativity with all the innovative and technical tools.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to our like innovation approach, we have innovators in our company. So we were like, for example, first in the world. We created the Facebook live cover. Even Facebook, they wrote some technical guy from Facebook. They wrote us, guys, how did you do that?
Okay.
And we said we can't say you because you will close our campaign. And they said yes. And they closed our campaign after 3 days because we find the mistake in Facebook.
Okay.
But it became like worldwide phenomenon, and it was shared in more than 150 countries. So thanks to this, we realized, okay, we can be innovative with digital, and we can still like sell.
Mm-hmm. So this is the digital department of Exponea.
Maybe for 2 months, and then become like agency.
And whose idea was it to create Zaraguza of this digital department?
I don't know. It was like we were talking about it, and we just let's try it. So it's like small ideas.
And is this your startup or it's a spin-off of Exponea?
So I'm the co-owner. There is also the co-owners of Exponea.
Yeah.
But as you know, the Exponea is part of communication group. The communication group was bought by WPP.
Yeah.
WPP is one of the biggest network of agencies.
It's the biggest.
Yeah, it's the biggest.
Yeah.
They bought more than 5,000 agencies, and I think only 6 or 5 in the world they have minority in the agency. And Zaraguza is one of the 6 agencies from the 5,000 which they have minority.
Yeah.
So they bought the part, but they can do nothing. Mm-hmm. So we are free. So it's like great because we can really do our stuff. We don't need to grow bigger. We can be still like maximum 30 people in an agency. Mm-hmm. So I'm really proud of it.
Yes. How many of you have seen any campaign from Zaraguza? Or how many have not? Okay, Zaraguza is known to be very creative. And what I like about the company is, and I don't want to brag here, is the fact that you don't focus on something which is funny or smart or creative. You focus on something which is effective.
Yeah.
And this is, in my experience, and I used to do marketing at Orange and Reebok and other big companies. It's not very common. It's quite rare because creative people wanna do something funny and smart, but you want to do something which is effective.
Yeah.
How do you measure that? What is your measure of effectiveness?
We at the beginning we are looking really for KPI, so we really want to be sure that we don't have goal like okay we need 5 million views,
Mm-hmm.
we need 20,000 Facebook fans. It's super bullshit. You don't need
Yeah.
fans. You need to help the sales.
So it's a vanity metric.
So sometimes you have meetings about okay, do you have really are you prepared with distribution of the product?
Mm-hmm.
For example, what happened now in Slovenia? We did campaign. We are also in Slovenia. We did campaign for Ora, which is like their Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is something like Fanta / socialism / I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And we made campaign 2 years ago. It was the most successful campaign for the brand, and you were not able to buy the product because it was gone. It was gone. So they didn't prepare the distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things we try to open always. Is distribution prepared?
Mm-hmm.
What are the real targets? When you will be happy? Because you need to know who also needs to be happy, because sometimes not the marketing manager or director, but maybe sometimes his founder is an investor, and you need to know them what they want to achieve. They want just brand awareness. I think it's bullshit. Maybe they need like growing market. They need some they need to attack a new target group.
Yeah.
These are our opportunities. We really want to help them.
Okay, so when you start Zaraguza, then the team comes together. Did you make any mistakes at the beginning as a team?
Yeah, we bought Nintendo Wii, and we
You
should
play
buy
all the time.
we should buy PlayStation because we really have humble beginnings. It was like and the mistakes, the beginning, everything is mistake because you never have your own company.
Yeah.
You are just in charge of everything. So everything was mistake. So we were learning how to sell ideas because you can't go to the meeting and say, okay, you want to sell more, like 36% more. You want to reach new audience. You need dog with overbite. It doesn't work like that because people don't believe in that ideas are selling. The Slovak market is about that you really need to have the strategy, you have to have positioning, you have to have all the stuff, you have to have process, you need to involve the client into the process of creating this,
Yeah.
and then you can show it, okay, this is the result.
And how do you do it?
Involve the client, really listening to them, also listening to the target group. So for example, when we were working, for example, at Rabank and we work on Rhythmus, it was not like just that, okay, we just had the idea. We met the young people and we realized that they are not using emails. Oh shit, they are not using emails. So what else we can do? And what they hate. For example, it was very funny because banking communication before was that you have like this kind of communication. Young people, hi, and it was impossible to work.
Yeah.
But all the banks were doing the same shit which doesn't working. So that we were listening to young people, and what we are still trying to do, to listen the aspiration, what they're afraid. I am with their share approach, for example, that people they create their image through what they are sharing. So if they're creating something for them, it will it help them to be like respected more in their communities, with their friends. So these are the things you need to think about. So it's really the process. And also
And talking the process, so we have some startups in the room. Let's say they want to have a customer who is a bank. Did you choose a bank specifically, or did you first go and understand the market and then approach some banks? How do you start with having a bank as a customer?
the great people were in Tatra Bank, so that was
Okay.
that was the amazing thing that they realized they need new approaches. So when you have these innovative agencies or innovative approach, many people are scared of you. They just think that you are crazy because you are telling them things that they were not in the books. They are not. You can't show them your history. So you really need people who feel okay. We need to try a new approach. Let's experiment with these guys. So we were start communicating that we are doing multi-channel communication for the brave companies. And we were communicating brave. So we know that our positioning is not for everybody. It's for really the marketers and the companies who really want to try the new approaches and really are focused on effectiveness, not on likes or views. So thanks to our positioning, we were communicating to the right people. But mistake what we did, for example, we did something and then somebody called us, oh, I want this campaign. And we said, okay, let's start working. We never choose our clients in history Zaragoza. We never sit and let's do this market of, okay, market, these innovative agents, this innovative company, let's call them, let's meet them. We never did this. And I see it as a mistake because we were really able to choose the clients and we never did this. We were just happy to work with somebody who will call us, okay, I love your work, let's do this something. So we said, yes, let's do this something together. And then they don't pay us for 1 year. So it was the problem. So now I know that you are in charge. You can really choose your client also. You can approach them. You can do direct stuff. You can do shwa around them. I don't know.
You can choose a client, but when you're a startup, you want to have the money in the bank to make sure you have payroll for your customers.
Yeah.
You're not so picky. But the mistakes you say that you you have to learn how to pitch ideas.
Yeah.
And make sure the ideas get clients excited. Now Joe wants to know what were the biggest fuck ups you had to go through. Let's discuss about the very early at Zaragoza. Do you remember any big problems you did or your team did? and how did you solve them?
Okay, so one of the biggest problems of this kind of tech is we were like technological startup. We are mixing creative guys, we are mixing media guys, account guys, strategy guys, but they are also developers, and we need to develop websites, we need to develop apps. And it's very different to have just the idea and then to have a product.
Yeah.
So we were learning and teaching the clients that, okay, everybody have problems, even Google is not working every day. So it was very hard to develop something on time, and don't make like, when you are launching a website, don't do the campaign in the same day, because usually there will be a lot of mistakes or errors on the website. So just test it, wait, and then launch it. Not everything one day. So this was something we also learned. And always be transparent. Tell the clients, okay, now we will do this. This can happen. So it can work, or we need to check, I don't know, if email is working and if everything is fine. And they need to know everything before, because once you are surprising somebody, it's a huge problem.
Okay.
Never surprise client. Tell them before, be transparent. It will be problem. Yeah, it will be.
Okay, so be always honest with the customer.
Be always honest that there is, for example, new technology, we need to test it. But you know, the Slovak clients, they see Cannes thing and Cannes Lion Award thing, and they want the same for the budget of 1 of 10. So it's very hard to manage the expectation.
Yes, it's true. Now, Zaraguza is a good company, you build it up. It was in Slovakia. It's not in Slovakia only anymore.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go to the next level?
Because Slovakia is really like super small country, and the Czech, Prague, they have really headquarters there. So at the moment we have 17 big clients in Prague.
Yeah.
So now it's Prague office is even bigger than Slovak office. We are working for Skoda Auto. We did 70 videos for them, like huge video campaigns. We are now doing also ATL for them. We are working for Unilever, for Nestle, and many brands. And it was very, very hard in the beginning, because we thought, oh, Czechs are the same like the Slovaks. No. Market is different, marketers are different, everything is different. Here we are more emotional, we are more about image, about aspirations, and they are about, okay, give me discount. And let's sell, and I don't understand this idea, what was the idea, but we just need the banner, and so it was.
That's interesting.
It was really like two different markets, very, very different, and we had very problem in the beginning. We fired our first director, because once I came to our Prague office, and there was another guy sitting also next to our director, and I was, hi, I'm Michael, and I'm co-founder of Zaraguza, and nice to meet you. You are a new colleague. And he said, no, I'm not your new colleague. Oh, you're not my new colleague. Oh, who is this? And he ran half of our office. He ran half of our office to different company to earn money.
Wow.
So I said, but we have NDAs, we are doing like secret stuff here. Yeah, but my monitor is, the different way. So we separated. And then my friend came, and he was like super smart guy. He was account in some Czech agency. He was very young. And I said, Majo, do you want to be like director of Zaraguza in Prague? And he said, okay. And now he's still director. He's like most amazing guy. He's honest, he's transparent. We are friends, and he really believes in clients. Really want to help the clients. Yeah. Because what was the problem in Czech Republic? Everything was like, let's make the deal, sell. But advertising is not about sales. So you really need to build a relationship, and you really want to help the client with their problems. Sometimes you are doing sometimes for free, but it's okay to do free, because for long term, it's better for us, better for them. So it was very hard to find these kind of people, and also Czechs have different kind of creativity. Double meanings is everything what they know. Like everything must be double meaning. See the team about it. So when we came to the market, it was like shocked for them that there was also another style of creativity. For example, we did the campaign for Olympus, which was photo brick. And
have you seen the campaign? It's photo brick. It's about a camera with a brick.
Yeah.
Who has seen it? Not many?
Great.
Okay. So why did you go for this kind of idea, which is very creative, very funny?
Olympus, the problem that their sales were going down around the world, minus 10% every country, and they have super great product, but they were communicating just features, and people, they didn't believe that the camera, the small camera, is good enough that big DSLR.
Yeah.
So we had the idea, okay, if we are missing the weight of the DSLR, we can sell you also the brick, so you can have the impracticability and the weight of the DSLR, if you prefer it. So we make like Apple style video. It was a huge hit, and it helped connect the Olympus as a brand to the journalist. So they were waiting what Olympus will bring next, and this campaign, it helped them sell more. I don't know, the sell of the camera was like 70%. They sold 70% more. Even CEO of Olympus came from Japan to Prague to see what the fuck happened, how is it possible. They started the same campaign in UK, in Germany, and so on. So it really helped to create like this new approach. It was without double meaning, so it was surprising for them. It was low cost campaign, but it really showed them that you can do digital campaign with physical product.
Yes.
And this is one of our rules in Zaraguza. I mean, our colleagues are making fun of me. If there is poster of me on a wall in some office, it's shareable. You can make photo of this. So, but it's really very important when you're thinking about digital stuff and digital world. You need physical stuff, because when you have physical stuff, you can make photo of it. You can show it to the newspaper, journalist. You can make even you can send that as a gift, and you can make a whole digital ecosystem around physical things. And people are missing this. People think that okay, digital must be digital, so it's banner. But no, banner doesn't work. 70% of people hate online advertising. It's the most hated medium. So. This is very, very important, and we need to realize this, that we are hated, so we need to do things which are different, and even in this online environment, the physicality is the crucial point.
I agree. There's this big insight here where the customer was just trying to focus on the features, and if you see any Apple ads, they don't do that. They just focus on how does it make you feel, on the value, and. This campaign in particular is very much in line with this philosophy. And I remember a few years ago I connected Michal with some friend of mine who was thinking about hiring Zaraguza, and he was asking Michal, do you also do PR? And I still remember Michal's answer. Somebody's taking a shower.
Yeah.
I still remember Michal's answer. Michal said, no, we don't do PR. We make campaigns that make PR. And for example, this particular Olympus campaign, the competitors' websites were writing about Olympus cameras and about the brick.
Yeah.
If you can Google it on YouTube, you can watch the campaign. It's very funny, it's very creative, and it brings results. What was the uptake of sales after that?
More than 70%.
70% uptake.
Of the camera, and Olympus went up for 30% in the
And
country.
then they decided to do the campaign in other countries?
In other countries, and then we did like 5 more campaigns with different, but same approach, but different execution, different ideas.
Yes. And can you tell us something about how the most successful advertising campaign in the history of Czech Republic was born?
Okay, what people don't know that, okay, it's for Kofola, but what people don't know is it was not made for Kofola. And what for me is very surprising, it doesn't matter for whom was idea created, but you know, marketers, they want to like have a virgin, yeah, that it was only for us created, and we want to. No, you don't. You just need effective communication. What's behind doesn't matter. So this campaign was already in our heads. So when the Kofola came to us, they have problem. We just showed them on the same meeting. They came from Prague. We have problem with our campaign doesn't work, and we showed them the picture, and they said yes, okay, and it was. So it was like 3 minutes, and okay, what?
Oh wow!
So it was, but we were prepared for this situation, and they know it was not created for them. But really, if you are communicating with somebody, it's okay to remix and reuse ideas. It's absolutely okay, because all you need are the results.
Yeah.
But hardest part was that, for example, people also don't know that we created 19 versions of the character, because there was just the dog. But for the communication, which is like working with the character, you need the motivation. You need to feel, you will know what will happen in the ad. So we created like different 19 characters. He was lover, he was ex-rapper, he was startupper, he was, I don't know, cat, thinking that he's cat and so on. So we try different approaches, and the approach which is not the most creative, the most unique, the most, I don't know, but the approach which is the easier to produce, easy to have the consistency is the best. So sometimes people are focused on the newest approach, or the most creative, different approach. You don't need to be new, it doesn't matter, but you need to be memorable. You need to be, in this era, when you are fighting with jumping cats and singing dolphins, I don't know, you need to be there always.
Yeah.
You don't just need one shot, you need something which will really create the ecosystem, and you will have the concept which can surprise week after week after week. Because all what matters is what is up in Facebook. What was yesterday? What this era is about. I really loved. There was one research, and the headline was hyper adoption leads to hyper abandonment. Even when you love something, you will not lose interest. You will just forget about it after 2 or 3 days. I love many shows on Netflix. I totally love Expense, but I forget about this show, and I realized, shit, I was on the third, and 1 year I forget about it. I love it. So it's not about that. You can create like memorable experiences. People will connect, and they are able to share. They are able to talk with their friends. But in this era, they will forget.
And how do you deal with the noise? How do you recommend your customers to deal with the noise?
Consistency, not just with brand communication, with ideas, but also with the branding. That's why we founded GoBigname as a branding agency, which is pure about naming, branding, trademarks, because we are learning and teaching how to be consistent even in digital era of this noise. Because in the end, sometimes what you need is, okay, you are the yellow brand. Customers are like this. They are the brown brand, they are the yellow brand, they are the green brand. It's not about the ideas. It's about, okay, you are the yellow brand. And sometimes it's enough. But the market didn't know that. They want to change always something new, there is new team, and I want to change something. It's always something new. That's why you hate the YouTube channels of companies. Yeah. Because there is no consistency.
As you can see, this is a yellow brand. Do you know which company it is? Can you give a guess? Exponea. So Michal, there was this interview of Exponea in the Forbes magazine, and they knew they were going to be on the cover. So how do you? So Michal is somebody who hacked the cover of the Forbes magazine, right? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah. So when we were creating the brand, we thought about this physicality thing because my passion is physical.
And
so
this is genius. I love it.
No, it's not genius. It's like you hope it will be genius somehow, but it was like pure coincidence. But you need to be ready for the coincidences, you know. Yeah. So we created a brand that it can be really physical. It can be when you place logo or it will stand. It will not just follow or so. And when there was a shooting of Forbes, we just placed the logo in the hands of the Jožo Kovač. So they took photo of him with his hand, and now the logo of the Exponea is the cover of Forbes because of the physicality of the brand. And we are using this physicality of brand whenever we go to events. Always somebody is holding the logo. So on the photos there is the logo. So you have to have
physical logo.
Physical logo.
Because they held it in their hands, you cannot Photoshop it out from the shot of the Forbes cover. So the Exponea logo is on the Forbes cover, which is very hard to get on the Forbes cover. Usually just faces. Yeah. This is how they hacked it. I don't know many other cases of other people who hacked the cover of a magazine this way.
I don't know. I'm not.
And this is the consistency of the yellow brand. You know, you can see that it's always the very unique style, and the style is consistent.
Exactly, and you will find you need to be open for surprises. For example, we found out that okay, duck is yellow. You can say enough. We need ducks. But what we realize is, for example, for programmers, duck is not duck. Duck is rubber duck debugging. Rubber duck debugging is technique when you are coding. You will not ask your colleague, oh, please, can you check? Oh, no. You have rubber duck, you will ask rubber duck. It's really technique. There is book about that, and it's like inside joke or inside technique of the geekness of the programmers. So we were using this when we are approaching programmers, when we have like some event for students and so on. And really, you can talk about we are the fastest growing company in Europe, and I don't know. Oh, Doug, may I have this, Doug, please go. Yeah. He's like, that's why I met a guy from Facebook. He's doing hiring for Facebook, and he said, okay, all the programmers or even people, when Facebook and Google is fighting for this, they have same problems like in Slovakia, that there is not enough people and so on and so on. But what in the end what they're talking about is about, oh, but they have this special office and they have the free food, and I saw the picture of these, and they have bicycles, and you have these like visual symbols. You think they are stupid, but in the end they are differentiator.
Yes.
So when we were in Google in Silicon, we were in Google in New York, we were Google in Berlin. They have these symbols of freedom. They have these symbols of creativity, strategically placed for visitors to show them, look, we are creative.
Yeah. And the Google bikes and so on.
Yeah, so
now we're talking about Exponea. Let's take a step back and tell us, how did you get into Exponea? How did you get into the story? Because now you're a busy guy. You're doing Zaraguza, which is expanding very fast. You started GoBigname. Now, why the hell? Are you so bored that you have nothing to do, or why did you start Exponea as well?
Jožo Kovač approached us when he had a company which was called 7 Segments. Jožo Kovač worked for Pixel Federation. Exponea, our first version of Exponea was part of the Pixel Federation.
It's a spin-off of Pixel Federation.
It was a spin-off. They told him, yeah, you can have the own product with this. And then his dream was to create a brand for the gaming industry. So in BigName we created the Infinario. It was like analytic for the gaming companies, but was great. It's passion product. It's amazing people. But 9 of 10 these gaming companies they just bankrupt during the year. So you will win clients, but you are not happy that you won them because you will lose them in like few months. So that's why Infinario was pivoting, and then we created the Exponea. So we were part of this process. And the second very funny story is that we also invested into the Exponea. And I was on the when we were flying from the London, when we were with the president in London, and when we coming back, Peter Orikovsky told me somebody wants to meet you on the airport in Bratislava. My friend, we want to meet you. Okay, I said, okay, I can meet him. It's 11 p.m. Okay, let's meet. And there was some guy, and we were talking, and he was asking me a huge amount of questions. We were talking for 4 hours on the airport from 11 p.m. And then he asked me, can you take me home? I know that you have a car here. Yeah, I took him home. It was like 3 a.m.
And who was that?
I didn't know that at the time, so I'm not very like a people person. I don't remember faces, I don't remember names. I'm just like, I don't know. It's funny to be me, that you don't recognize people. And we were talking, and I took him home, and somebody was knocking because we were also talking about the marketing of the future and so on in the car. Somebody was knocking with somebody huge was knocking on the window. And he said, "Are you okay?" And the guy, yeah, thank you. It's okay. It's my friend. He said, "No." And I went home. Yeah, who was that? And then I Google. It was Ivo Hrenko, the wealthiest person in Slovakia, the founder of HB Revis. And I didn't know that for 4 hours, and even for all because I can't recognize people. So I was talking with him for 4 hours. And he was impressed, and then the all like investment fund was launched, and I become part of the investment fund, and we invested also in the Exponea, and that's why, for example, now we are with Peter Rikovsky also in Exponea. So what we want to do is not just invest, but also to help the companies. And as usual, it's the same as your fund, that you really want to be involved. So not to have a huge amount of companies, but a few, but you are daily with them. You help them with the connection, with everything. And because it's very hard, for example, to find talent in Slovakia, so you need to use everything in the beginning. And we were able, for example, we were unknown company when we started, but we got more than 1,500 CVs in few months
Yeah.
for the company which wasn't here like 3 months ago.
Mhm.
So we were doing some good things, and this is what we are also learning a lot.
Mhm.
So this was the story how I
Okay.
came.
My question was, how did you get excited about Exponea, and why did you decide to join them? Because you must have been really busy.
Yeah, because my dream is, when I started Zaraguza, my dream was to connect the creativity and the performance marketing,
Okay.
and like online marketing to show.
And you feel like the job is done now for you? Anything
It's
more?
not done, but it's evolved. So what I feel now is the wars between the machine learning AI guys, and there is the creativity, and they're like two tribes, and they look in the other, and one tribe doesn't believe in storytelling and ideas, another tribe don't believe that you can't measure everything, it's even bullshit, and the numbers of Facebook and Google are not real,
Okay.
and 4 of 10 clicks are faked, which is true. 400 million people are using AdBlock, which is true. So you have these tribes, and my approach is to really find a connection between and find balance between the data and the creativity. So
Okay.
it's my mission.
And you felt like Exponea can help you that?
I definitely, absolutely yes, because it's really like, we see the huge value when we are communicating with clients, and when they are starting using the Exponent, they learn, okay, now we have platform, we have framework, we can learn about data, we can learn about machine learning, we can use AI. But my biggest dream, and there's a real reason why I joined Exponent, is, first of all, I am the creative guy. When you show me the Excel, I am that. It's like sniper, yeah. So I can't see numbers, yeah. So it's like what? But what I believe that AI can help the marketing managers and branding managers and founders who are more value driven, who are more people focused, who are more like they love creativity, to know more about performance and everything, because you can, what I believe, and we are testing it, you can talk to analytical tool. So Exponea was the first marketing cloud in the world which integrated Alexa, and these are the first steps. But maybe I hope in 1 year and 2 years you will come to work and you will ask, okay, what is my budget, Alexa, for the more communication? Okay, I want to change the target group. Please use this target these, and please stop communication on this segment, and tell me about my opportunities on the market in Hungary.
Yes, so a better understanding of...
Yeah, because you can connect a huge amount of data for different clients. You know the benchmark, and now even we know the benchmark. So, for example, we have client Misguided, which is one of the fastest growing UK fashion companies, and we are telling them, okay, you are getting this, but in email marketing, this benchmark, we can improve this, because AI machine learning found out that you can do this. They try this, and it's really helping them. And just imagine that you are a creative guy, or a girl, or whatever. Thank you. It was like in the movie that the point is coming. Drama. And
so how
just imagine that you are the creative person and you have this AI machine learning. So what I believe is the Kentaro principle, because the best chess player in the world is not a human, is not a computer. It's the combination of human and computer. And that's why what I really believe will happen, that these creative people and these analytical people can have this other side helped by the AI.
Yeah, can help each other. Now, you joined Exponea early or late? How would you describe it?
I was there from even before Exponea, because I was also with Infinarium.
Yes.
So I saw how hard is pivot the company. So it even happened in Zaraguza, because we were Zaraguza digital approach. We have programmers and so on. And then we realized, okay, we don't want to be sellers of online space. We need to really have a broader approach, to be really multi-channel, to do also ATL campaigns. And many people were, okay, I never do billboards. Okay, so buy. And this is very hard in companies, and you really need to do this. That when you are changing, when you are evolving, some people who you love and they are absolutely great, they don't want to continue on your mission, because mission is different.
Yes.
So you need to say goodbye to these great people, and that's why I'm very proud that many people in Exponea stayed with us, and we are changing, we are evolving. But it's very hard for people. I know that somebody are afraid. What will happen? And they just leave the company because they're afraid. So I also learned that you don't need to communicate everything because fear is the very powerful tool for information and so
So
on.
you joined Exponea. What were the key problems you're working on from a creative standpoint?
Okay, so just imagine that I am this crazy person with the cap with analytical guys. So I was then like I was like in a zoo, like, oh, this karate guy is okay, yeah. What? So it was like crazy situation, but you need to bring proofs. It's working. You can use different approach. Then you can really create like different customer experience. You can really create like HR campaigns which are working, which are memorable. But it's still super hard. And but things, for example, I hated these company videos, but I'm really happy that we don't have like, oh, we have the team building together videos, but we are using the team building videos to do like hiring videos from them. So we are using these shots, but we are doing them for hiring purposes. So everything should have purpose.
Yes, let's talk a little bit more. Joe is asking again, how did you find talented people at Exponea? Let's talk about Exponea. So you join the company, then suddenly it takes off, and you want to have great people. How do you find them? Using your creativity.
Okay, so first you need to have people who are like. The best thing is that you have people who are networkers. So you can just ask on your social network who want to join me, and people will join. That's the best stuff you can have. We tried it and it worked. But then you need to like create the topics. How we begin. We open the topic, for example, the young people don't work for corporation. They prefer the young, fast-growing companies like Exponea.
Yeah.
This was like a real article on Denník N, and it was viewed more than 25,000 times.
Nice.
Because we use data of Deloitte and Accenture. I don't know, everybody who is like a big brand, and we really show the data. People don't want to work for corporations, and people then realize, okay. Maybe I can try this Exponea. I don't know what is it, but they are not on the dark side, corporate. So we create this ethos. Then we realize, okay, there's opportunity because all the media in foreign media were talking about, I don't know, data scientists, but there was no company where you can be really data scientist. So we opened topic of data scientists, and this article was also very popular.
Yeah. So
we were opening the topics, and so we were not talking about features. We were not talking about, oh, we are great, so we are Exponea and we have free food and so on. No. We were open the topics, and then so the approach was invest first in company culture, and we can really wrote about company culture in these articles as a proof that in corporation you have this, but you can have freedom in Exponea, and you can choose whatever you want for example for techniques or computers, and also we have like free food, because it's working. So you can find these things, but you need to open the topics, and then one talent person bring two talent people. I don't know,
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's correct, but still it's very hard.
What is today the culture of Exponea? What is the company culture?
Company culture is honest, be honest and transparent. So sometimes it's super cruel because you are super honest. So sometimes you're very.
And how do you hire for honesty and transparency? Somebody comes to the interview. How do you screen if somebody is honest or transparent?
You need to go through our HR department, which is very tough on people, and also you need to go then to the Peter Irkowski, who is CEO, and you need to personally meet him, and he will ask you a lot of questions, and it's chemistry. You just feel these right people, right person for the company. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you make mistake, but you need to fire fast. So it's okay. But the company culture first. Are you ready that we will go through the changes? That's very important. Are you ready that people will be honest with you? Are you able to be honest with our clients to tell them that okay, something is not working so? And product is evolving very fast.
Yes.
So we need to learn a lot every day. What's new. So you need really different kind of people.
How many people are now working at Exponea? How many employees do you have?
We started when we were like 11, 12. Now there is 200, I think.
So since then, did you make some mistakes in corporate culture, or do you see some things happening which you don't want to see?
Definitely, because we are also switching the product. So we were like analytical tool.
Yeah.
So we were communicating for two analytic person. Then we were marketing tool. Then some Forrester consultant came in and said, okay, people don't really marketers and focus on, I don't know, this part of, and get rid of word marketing. And as we are changing the product, we are also a little bit changing approach to the company culture.
Yeah.
But the real mistake is something that, for example, people can be so hyped with something that they are overhyped with something. That, for example, they are sharing some things on the social media. When, for example, when you want to hire super skilled programmer, he don't want to work for funny company. He want to for respected company, and so on. So you need to really find
The right balance.
right balance and also right channel to right target group, because you have programmers here, you have consultants here, you have marketing people here. Our VP of marketing is from Ireland, so we have like many nationalities also in the companies, so it's very hard to find the balance.
Yeah. So now we have 3 apples which you juggle.
Yeah.
It's Zaraguza, it's GoBigname, it's Exponea.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend on each of them?
So every day I'm working for Zaraguza, every day I'm working for Exponea, every day I'm working for GoBigname. So sometimes it's like 1 hour for GoBigname, maybe 2 hours.
Can you switch so easily?
Yeah, because this is something what you learn when you are working in an advertising agency. Because, for example, you are working for 10 clients or 6 clients.
Different companies.
Yeah, and one of the approach for better ideas is to switch fast. For example, when you are stuck with some brief, you open the next one and you are just continuing. You need to sit and continue. You don't need to like wait for the inspiration. It doesn't work like that.
And in percent, how much time per month do you normally work on Exponea versus Zaragoza?
I really don't know. How is needed. So I'm still writing Zaragoza scripts and meeting the people, and I had 5 calls with Prague. I will go to Prague to some presentation. I was on some pitch for Slovak Zaragoza, so I want to be involved. I need to know what was happening, but also it's opportunities also for our people to have much more freedom. And now they believe in themselves more.
Yeah.
They were afraid as hell that, oh my God, it will happen with my God. But I'm still there. If they have a problem, they can call me, and I can.
And do they?
Yeah.
Do you also mentor some other people? Do you have any young people which you try to help, or are you too busy for that?
I'm in some mentorship program and so on, but it's very hard to mentor because I am traveling through the day on 3-4 places, so I am not sitting somewhere. So I'm always on the move, so it's very hard. So I can mentor like, okay, let's be focused for 2 hours and let's open the topic let's open the topic from different viewpoints and we can talk.
Okay, let's go to Slido for a bit. Let's do some quick questions, quick answers. What's the best advice someone ever gave you?
One of the best advice is, and I'm still using, is when we are approaching like new companies and somebody will come, because for example in BigName we did more than 200 branding projects. So we met, and me personally, I met more than 200 founders.
Yeah.
And venture capitalists or investors, I don't know, companies. And they have like, usually when after vacation, they want to start the company. Somebody's corporation after vacation, like, get rid of corporation, I want to have my own company, I want to have cafeteria. I say, okay. What I always ask them that, okay, what will happen if you'll be best in this what you do in 3 years? Sometimes they realize nothing, because the market is so small. So sometimes you are following the passion, but you are going to deep shit because you can't evolve. You can't scale. You can't be on real market. So sometimes you can still have passion, but you need to connect your passion to the like existing market, or you will risk a lot. You can risk. It's up to you. But it's great to know what will happen if you'll be best in what you want to plan in 5 or 3 years. And really, many people just realize, okay, I will start this, and then I will do like 5 events, and there is no possibility to do more in Slovakia. I will need to go to another country, but another country is super tough. It's easier to launch a company in US than in Czech Republic.
And so the best advice someone ever gave you is what?
This: ask people if they come for you that they have this idea. What will happen in 3 or 5 years?
Okay.
Or sorry, and another thing is, if you can't move, ask somebody that, okay, what will you miss if you don't change in 1 year, 2 year, 3 years?
The opportunity cost.
The opportunity. What you will miss if you don't leave the company, or if you don't launch the product, or you miss the market? What you will leave? And sometimes it really helps the people. Okay, we need to be faster.
Yeah.
Or they realize, okay, nothing. So they go.
Okay. Next question, Felix is asking, what is your biggest challenge right now, or until now?
Until now, to survive all of this, because I also the small child. So what really changed? I was working from, I don't know, but I can okay, it's not really working because I have like 6 meetings a day, and then I can really work only after I come home, and I can really work and focus and write scripts from 9 p.m. till 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the only time I can really focus. Nobody's calling me, hey, I could do have 5 minutes. No, I don't have 5 minutes, because so during night it's calm and it's nice. But my son David, he want to play at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And my wife said,
That's a
it's
challenge.
your turn, go.
Yeah.
So I become the morning person. And this is like the biggest surprise for
big
me,
switch, yeah.
is because I was always working till 3 a.m. on everything, and then waking up at 8 a.m. But now I'm waking up at 5:30 and 6, and it's possible. So, but I really changed the approach to everything,
Yeah.
and I'm playing with David usually it's till from 7 to 8, and then we read the books, and then I usually sleep with them. So that's why I fall asleep.
It's a big challenge. Now, what I admire about you is the fact that you are a very good proof that you don't have to be old and rich to make a big company successful globally. You don't have to move to Silicon Valley or to other cities. You can do it from here. What keeps you excited for the future about this region? We had a big meeting yesterday about Danube Valley.
Yeah.
Is there anything which you think about this region for the future? What keeps you excited?
Yeah, for example, we even thought that we will go to New York with my wife, and we started like new companies also in US, but we realized, okay, it will be like another company, and it will be US, which is like huge, but Slovakia, it's so small that you can really influence anything you want here.
Yeah.
You can meet anybody you want. It's like,
Ivan Franko on the
yeah, you didn't even know that. Yeah, he's running home and like. So thanks that Slovakia is so small, it's also, we told about this yesterday, that it's testing ground for the new technologies. We had the second fastest mobile internet in the world. We had FiberNet. We have great technological skilled people, so I think there is much better opportunity now in this region than to go, I don't know, somewhere, and maybe you can become rich, but from one level you don't need more money.
Yeah.
So here you can really influence the people. You can help the people. You can move the region. You can show the example that you don't need to be like greedy capitalist or somebody. Thanks to father, I don't know. So you can really be example. And you can really move this region.
So you're still staying here. You don't
yeah,
move
I stayed here. We are now maybe we are in a huge beach in London. Maybe if we want it, I don't know. We will need to open an agency also in the UK, but
Okay.
I will still be here. I stayed for 2 years in Prague, so it's just. But here it's really like Bratislava is really like a huge opportunity here.
Yes.
It's
Okay, so I want to talk for very quickly about your hobbies, and at the end we'll take 2 questions from the audience. You can raise your hand, think about the questions, then we'll wrap it up. We keep talking for a couple of years now, and you're a big fan of the Burning Man.
yeah.
And there's a question here: is Nevada's Burning Man festival really life-changing?
Yes, it is, because it's so weird that it just rewire your brain, and I really love the trailer for the documentary about the Burning Man. There was sent and some guys that I went to Burning Man and realized that everything what you did in your work, maybe it was wrong in your new life.
Just tell us what it is for guys who didn't.
Okay,
hear
Burning
about
Man is festival, but it's
In the desert.
In the desert, in Nevada desert, for I don't know 60,000 people. You don't have money there. You can't buy anything there. During the day there is plus 40 degrees. During the night there is minus 2 degrees. You are the participant, So you need to do something. You are not just visitor. You need to bring your own food, your own water. You need to survive all of this. And there is like, I don't know, 150 parties every night. But there is also like, I don't know, I met Dan Ariely, the famous behavioralist who had to talk there during. So it was dust storm and he was talking. It was like a great moment.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg was doing, I don't know, burgers there, and this is the biggest exhibition of the art in the world there on one place, one of the biggest art, like big, like 20 meters, 30 meters. So it's like another world, and it's give you opportunity for 1 week to rethink your priorities and also to experience things which help you to be more tolerant.
Yes.
Because as a marketers and people, what we need to really accept others. Because when you are ego-driven, you want to like show people that you are right or you have proof. But you really need to start. We are successful market when you listen.
Mm-hmm.
You need to listen to customers. For example, the best campaigns we did, I don't like them because it's not my style. But I understand why they work, and I created and when I wrote them, I don't need to like them. And this is the project I was listening, and my team learned to listen to the target group, and we were able to find the insights in the target groups that were happening to the client. So the Burning Man will teach you to accept, to tolerate, because you will see the weirdest thing you can possible. There was.
So you recommend us to go there?
Yeah, I can say one example. We were going through the desert. It was like dust storm. I was not able to breathe. And then it stopped, and there was a huge guy with the beard, with the like plastic operation boobs, you know,
Okay.
like the guy was like 55 years old, so huge breast, and he was naked, and he has a lot of piercing everywhere, and he said, "You, come with us to this tent." Oh shit!
Did you go?
Yeah, as I told my wife, let's go. So it'll be fun.
For you or for your wife?
No. There was nothing sexual or something like that. But there was a wedding because they said, let's go to the wedding. And we enter. Okay, I enter because she didn't enter. And there was a robot of Elvis Presley.
Wow.
It's like a humanoid robot of Elvis Presley. And there was really like wedding ceremony there.
Getting married.
Getting married. Real wedding. So shit. Just imagine I will say no, I will need to go to toilet or something. No. So sometimes you need to accept these kind of things and to see the things and that everything is possible there. So you will learn to accept, you will learn to tolerate, push your ego away, just enjoy things.
Yes. You have a second hobby, briefly, you building around the house, you build it already. I keep hearing about this for 3 years now, it's almost ready or is ready already?
I just got the message that is 80% ready.
Why are you building it?
So when there was a huge dust storm with the Burning Man, sorry, I'm losing voice because I was a little bit.
We're already finishing it. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
So there was a huge dust storm, and I was not able to breathe, and it was horrible. I was super tired. I was like on the desert, and I didn't see anything. And there was a Mongolian yurt, huge Mongolian yurt, and there was no entrance, so we need to go from the downside. And there was it was quiet, calm, and it was cold inside. It was really different, and we slept there for 2 hours, and we wake up like reborn. And I was looking for this kind of experience when I come back in 2013, and I called many people who are building the Mongolian yurt and really tried to find the space and to build this yurt. But more and more I talk to these people, they really surprised me with the openness, honesty that Slovakia is not fit to Mongolian yurt because of the rain, humidity, I don't know, everything. So we changed a little bit project, and we were creating the wooden wood yurt, and now it's like a real house.
It's a bit bigger than yours.
It's a little bit bigger with also the rooms, and it will work as a workshop, a place for workshops. It will work as a place for the meetings, and also we want to create this place that, for example, people like me, that during time everybody is asking you, do you have 5 minutes to? I have like today I had like more than 20 calls for the meetings. Hey, can we meet? No. So sometimes you really need time to focus, to prioritize, and to just be with yourself. So that's why we created this place. It's near Lake Vojka, and you can be really like it's 3.5 meters high. There is cupola. You can see the stars during the night. So this space is really different. Acoustic is very different. We worked on this for 4 years. Everything was custom, so it was like the budget was horrible, but we finished it. Now we are finishing the grass and everything around, and we bought sakuras. You know, sakuras must be there, and so on. But it will be ready, and it will be for the people who are going to refocus and enjoy their minds, also enjoy the conversation with.
I can't wait to test it.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 quick questions. Raise your hands. Okay, please stand up, tell who you are, and ask your name.
Hi, I'm Pavel, and I would like to ask about your art Poprecka Kava and about the most famous one. There are more in the series. And my question is, who did the script, or how you did the script?
Okay.
But maybe you did more editions of this. And
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what was the process?
The process was very hard because I felt for more than 1 year that we don't need to sell the features or to talk about this cafe is from Colombia and so on. And I really wanted to create a manifest of the era, manifest of the space and the time we are living now. So we worked hard how to capture this. We felt many scripts, and finally we realized that okay, we need to talk about the insights from the consumers. And we wrote these scripts, and why is it working? And it's really like it's even like it's more successful than the Fofola, because there was like 1,000 likes, 1,000 shares, 2,000 likes, 2,000 shares, 3,000 likes, 3,000 shares.
That's amazing.
4,000 likes, 4,000 shares. I never seen it in my life before. So we really touched the society. We really touched the people, that they felt the same, that there is like totalism in everything, that you need to choose the side. Are you this or this? And people, they don't care. There is enough of these wars. So this is advertising about peace, about tolerance. And what I love, that the really people, they crack this message. This is about tolerance, and they share it because it's about tolerance. And thanks to this, and Poprecka Kava is really able to tell this story, because it connected to the nation. It's like old school brand and so on. But it's finding like new opportunities in new markets. And there is also like, you can cut it to different segments, so you can use this edit like 8 segments together, so we can like use these small snippets in different videos, in different medias, for different target groups. So it's very strategic driven. When we finished like the script, we realized okay, we need much better opening. So the scene with the Maria Teresia, was finished last. So we created the scene to have the great opener, because in the era of YouTube and Facebook, you need to have brand and something special in first 1-2 seconds, or you will lose the audience. And then what we did, and it was very hard to find like the what will people quote from the ad, like čo ti víri. So they are like the quotes we prepared, and we know okay, this target group we need something like this. So weird stuff, the funny stuff, we need like Easter Slovakia stuff, and so on. So we really think what can people share, and what can they say about themselves when they share this. So when they're sharing this ad, they are telling everybody around them, I am a tolerant person, and if I want, I can have coffee with sugar. If I don't want, I can have coffee with coffee, or coffee with milk or whatever. I don't care. I'm open. I'm tolerant. So we help them to create the perception of themselves among the people they are sharing this ad. That's why it's working. It's working very well also in sales and everything. And so it's really good.
It's a great manifesto. And I was going to ask another question, but I want to talk to you for another 2 hours, but we out of time. On this note, please join me in thanking Michal Pastier.
Thank you.
And I also want to thank the team. They're doing an amazing job here in Slovakia, putting people together. Maybe you don't realize, but they're hosting events always in different spaces to just bring people together. Great job, Dusan and Marek and all the whole team. And now, before we go to network, we're gonna have a few words from Ivan.
Yes, so first of all, I would like to thank Marián for hosting Misha and doing an amazing job. So. Please don't forget, we have a survey to give us some feedback so we can improve for the next time. And the next time will be Startup Grind Bratislava event in August. And stay tuned, you can like our page on Facebook, Startup Grind Bratislava, and stay tuned for more information. It's going to be a little bit more party. And so there is only one thing to do, and it's networking. And so you can network with these two amazing people, but not only them. We have amazing people in audience. For example, Daniela Bartosz, who just recently came from abroad, and she's focusing on entrepreneurship or activating it with passion. Or Dushki from Octago, who is a blockchain enthusiast and also sport enthusiast. Or for example, Filip Škultety, who is only 20 years old, but he's already doing marketing for 8 years. So, and not only those people, but I'm sure you can find a lot of interesting people around you. So don't be afraid and just talk to each other. So thank you again and enjoy.
Thank you.